everyone, hope you're well. So today's video is this makeup look that you've all been loving so much. It's been requested quite a few times. You'll be happy to know I've shopped my stash to create this look. This is a look I've done loads of times and I just love it. I always go back to it at this time of year. It's just a really nice winter, autumny, glam look. So if you want to see how I created this look, carry on. Right, I thought we'd do a different view today, so I'm doing it the other way around because this is actually how I do my makeup. I sit this way, so it's easier for me. So we'll see how it works. So I'm going to start off with Double Wear Estee Lauder, and this is the shade 3N1 Ivory Beige. Now I was matched up with this in store with the machine. You know how they put the little colour match on your skin, but because I've got pigmentation there, this colour obviously picked up my pigmentation, so it's a lot darker than my actual skin tone, but I like it a lot, and with concealer it just, when I put all my powders and concealers on, they've just blended in perfectly. Now this is what I've been doing differently. I've been using a brush and I've been loving it. It's quick, it's easy, and this is what I've been doing. I've literally just been brushing the foundation on. And look how quick that is. Like, I cannot believe it. It's so quick. Oh, my chair's making noise. It's just so quick and easy. So I just go all the way around, spreading it on. I just feel like you get a nice even spread, and this brush is one of my favourites for that. You know, sometimes you just like, yeah, I'm over the sponge, and then once I've spread it all in, I then go over and I stipple, which is again one of my favourite things to do, because that just presses the foundation into the skin but also makes sure you get that coverage. So I really, really like doing this. And you'll be pleased to know I have shopped my stash for this look. I have found some old favourites and I've recreated a look that I did, I think, a few years ago, and now I'm obsessed with it. And I never say anything, and then I get comments like, oh, can you do that makeup? It was so nice. And now I'm obsessed with it and I'm doing it every day because I just love it. That's the joy of playing with makeup. So make sure you blend everything down. Take your time, stipple in. Lovely. I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is the shade Light Medium. And these two together, it just is beautiful. It just brightens the skin up, it gives skin dimension, and I just love it. In with my massive sponge, which someone said it's a dragon's egg, which I love the analogy of that. It's made me like it a lot more. And I'm just gonna pat that in. And you see how it looks on this foundation? It just brightens up like the whole face. And I just love the effect. See, that eye's so much more bright. I love it. I'm always tempted by other foundations, and then I'm like, no. Because this never ever fails, always looks amazing, and that is what I love in a foundation. Top lip, just to get that Cupid's bow, and then my chin, because I like the light to be in the centre of in the centre of the face. You know, it really just brings the face forward, and this concealer is amazing. I don't worry about too much on the sides because I use a foundation powder, and that gives me the extra coverage that I need under there. Right. So for powder, I have been loving this, and I think, well, you can now get Kat Von D in boots, so what I'm going to do is get these powders again, these under eye powders, because they're just so good. They're so smooth. So I just use the yellow one, which, yeah, and I just pat that under the eye like that, just to set, and then set the eyelid. And I love to start off with really just bright eyelids under the eye, and then set. I also then set where I went in with that concealer, just to keep that light in the centre. I've got a massive spot coming here, goodness, just to keep that light in the centre there. Light in the face, centre. Right, now then I set with my foundation powder, and I love the BarePro. It is just, it's creamy, dreamy, it's buttery. It doesn't matter how much you put on, you still look, you know, buttery is what I like to call it, buttery. And you know what has a similar effect? MAC Studio Fix, that's what it reminds me of. It gives you that soft, creamy look, which I love. So I'm going to set my foundation with that, and I kind of set the outside edges first. It's just, my goodness, it's just so, I find the Laura Mercier a bit chalky sometimes, but this, throughout the day, it just looks so nice. And I just brush that all over, love it. Then I went in with Hoola Benefit, because when I'm taking pictures, I want extra, you know, extra cheekbones. So I love to go in with this one first, the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I just do this. I use a brush, and it just gives me that subtle definition. I used to never know how to use this because it was too much, but if you just use the brush and you lightly dust it, you get instant cheekbones. And then on my nose, and I love to go just on the end of my nose like that. Fab. Fabulous. And then you have to go in with this Hourglass Ambient Lighting. I love it. Just gives that glow to the skin, so you're putting back that glow. I just love it. And then, see, it just enhances. Whereas if you use this on its own, the Ambient Lighting, it just gives you kind of like a bit of a glow, but you don't get that kind of enhanced kind of look, which is what I like. Then for blush, you know, look at my November videos. I'm always wearing BareMinerals by Milani. I love this blush. It is just the most gorgeous blush. Why do I have to shake when I'm doing stuff? Why am I so dramatic? But yeah, look at that. No blush has beaten this blush for me, and I've had it for a billion years, and I've used it, and it's just not even got a dent in it. Nothing comes close to this. This is the kind of blush that shows up. Oh yeah, BareMinerals. A lot of the BareMinerals have the same thing. I think because this is a baked mineral blush, so you get that lovely fresh effect. Right, brows. I've been doing something different. When my brows grow out, because you know we're in lockdown now, and God knows when I'm going to do my hair and brows and whatever, when they get all fluffy, I can't really use the pencil because it's just not neat enough. So I like to go in with Benefit Browsings. This is the old packaging, as you can see, circa 95 or something. I've got the shade medium, and I just use the little brush inside, and I just fill in. Because a pencil is quite precise, I find that this kind of works with the fluffiness of the brows. So I like to see, and also it gives you quite a strong brow, which I also like in the winter. you know, it's lockdown, but it's going on out there. Like, where is everybody going? It's lockdown. I saw this meme. Is it a meme or is it a GIF? I don't know what you call them. Anyway, it was on Instagram, and it said something like, oh, I'm at an age now where loud noise really annoy me. Like, calm that shit down. I'm like, exactly. I can't stand loud noises. I really, like motorbikes going up the road, it sends absolute rage through my soul. I literally scream. It just makes me so angry. Like, why do you need to be so loud? Do you know what I mean? And those cars, those rubbish, you know, cars that people put those like loud engines in to make it sound like, you know, I don't know, that revvy engine thing. You know, we call them boy racers. And they've always got the crappiest cars, yet they drive it like it's a bloody Maserati. And you're just like, you're in a, I don't know, and I hate it. I just hate the noise. I just or you've got people at the bus stop. There's a bus stop, and I can hear people having a conversation. I'm like, I feel like going, why are you so loud? You're standing next to each other. Do you need to shout? Oh my God. Yeah, so that meme really summed it up. Like, don't like loud noises. I really don't. Okay, have I put enough in that brow or have I not? Yeah, so that's that for brows. Love it, it's gorgeous. Now, this is where I've shopped my stuff. Right, so I've been using the Stardust palette from Too Faced, Vegas Nay. I can't even remember who Vegas Nay is, but this palette is amazing. I just love it. I don't know what it is about it. And this is a look that I always go back to because it's just beautiful. And you don't need to have this palette to create this look, because I'm sure you have these exact shades at home. This one here, Millennial, and this chocolate brown one here, I'm sure you've got something like that. This is very much like MAC Swiss Chocolate, and this is your regular transition shade. But the look is just divine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Millennial, which is the peachy shade, and I'm going to use that as my crease colour. And all I do is place that through the crease and the outer corner. Windshield wiper motions. And I like to take this under the eye as well at the same time. I've just poked my eye, great. Because a lot of people like to do their under eye bit last, but I like to do it as I go, so it kind of all blends together. You know what I mean? Back into that Millennial shade, onto the other side. It just gives the most gorgeous shade. Now, if this had a mirror, this would be perfect, but it doesn't. So what are we gonna do? Make sure you go around the edges. Really buff that out so you get that lovely blend. I mean, this on its own is lovely. Perfect, right. Then I take a smaller brush. This is the MAC 217, and I go in with the chocolate shade Girls Night. And what I do with that is I just tap the tip of this brush into the chocolate brown, and I focus it on the outside of the eye, like this. So almost doing like a V shape. So the majority of it goes there, a little bit under, and then I just sweep that in. So keeping that crease really deep and blended. So you can start to see it's getting definition. Oh, and it's just, I have been doing this look non-stop. I just love it. I remember doing it last year and the year before that. And I went and got my eyebrows done, and I remember the girls like, oh my God, your eyeshadow looks really nice, your eye makeup looks really nice. And I was like, So, then I'll go to the other side, same with the chocolate brown, and again, you're just focusing that on the outer edge. Isn't this gorgeous? It just gives that almost like natural contouring. So lovely. Okay, then I go back in with my fluffy brush and I blend out. I make sure everything is really blended. So it's blown out, soft, no harsh lines. Then I go back in with the 217 and I use the flat side back into that Girls' Night chocolate brown. And I just tap it on the edge, on the corner like that. So I really want to keep that definition right on the corner there. And you can line up the brush to the edge of your eyelashes and get that precision, which is what I love. Then I'm going to go under the eye with this brown again and go all the way under. Then I'm going to take my fluffy brush again and just blend that. And you just get this lovely soft look. This is great for on the daily when you don't want to do much else. But what I do next is I take a flat brush like this, and you know, no makeup look for me is complete without sparkle. And I like to go in with Showgirl, which is this gold here. And this shadow reminds me of Bobbi Brown Bronze. It looks really dark. Also Urban Decay Naked 2 YDK, same sort of shade. It looks really dark, but when you put it on the lid, look at that. It is just stunning. And I put this all over the lid, and this on its own with this combination of shadows, oh my gosh. I've had this palette for so many years. I think I got it for my birthday in like 2015, and the shadows still have amazing quality. Like they still work. You know, like sometimes if you've got an old eyeshadow palette, you know when their shadows are kind of like past their date, they kind of separate and don't apply really well, but this still does. It amazes me. I'm literally obsessed with it. So I pat that all over. Then I take a very thin, small brush like that, and I go in with the shade Selfie, which is this shade here. And I like to put that in the corners. It just gives that bright eyed effect, and I love that. Then I go back in with my flat brush and I go for a really gold shade, which is this Golden Nugget. It's like super, super gold. And what I do with that is I just pop that on the middle of the eyelid for an extra pop. Look at that. This does it, doesn't it? Doesn't it do it? An extra pop of shine. That is gorgeous. And then I just put a little bit in the center under my eyes, just under because it just makes the brown on my eyes pop. So I just put the gold flecks just here under. Lovely. Isn't that lovely? That's that. Then I like to go in with, you can do this with, I have done this with my Bobbi Brown gel liner and recently this roller lash liner, because I've been liking the way the shape it gives my eye, and plus I need to force myself to use it. So we're going to go in with the liner. Now bear in mind, the line changes every time I do it, but we're getting there. That was a good line. Make sure you've got right to the lash line so you haven't got any gaps. Okay, now to get the other eye. Let's see. With eyelining, you don't want to overthink it. I think you just have to get in there and do it. And hope for the best. Really, your mascara will kind of shade any, yeah. Sometimes it's really, really thick, sometimes it's thin. It just depends. I'm happy with that. Then I'm going to go in with my mascara, and I'm going in with the Bad Gal Bang mascara. I really, you know, sometimes you've got to use products for a while. What I like about this mascara is it really lengthens the lashes. The only thing is it doesn't give it thickness, which is what my Too Faced one does. So maybe I have to use them together, but you see that gives really long lashes. My Too Faced one is finished. It's used up, it's done and dusted. Gosh, I could spend forever doing my mascara. I was always late for work because I'd be doing my mascara at home, taking ages to do. I'd leave it to the last thing of my makeup and then I wouldn't have time to do it. So I'd then wait till I got to work to do it, which was not a good idea because you'd never have time to do it then either. Brilliant. And I used to get so mad if I couldn't do my mascara. I used to do it like under the table. My colleague would be like, oh, just go under the table and do it. Under the front desk and do it. Oh yeah, bottom lashes. Take your time doing bottom lashes. Don't rush them. They can be tricky little buggers. Bottom lashes done. It's a lovely wide-eyed look, isn't it? Right, next lips, and this is my favourite at this time of year. I love to do this. As you know, MAC Myrrh is always a favourite of mine. You can't beat it. You see, on its own, it's not very dark. You'd think it's quite dark, but it isn't. So on its own, it's a gorgeous, soft pink lip. When I add MAC Soar, the lip liner, that's when it gets a little bit darker, but I like it that way. It gives it that autumny winter look. See? It's an amazing combo, and I've worn this combo for years. And then the piece de resistance is one of my favourite glosses. This is the Buxom White Russian, and this, with any dark lipstick, is just amazing because it just gives that gorgeous pink high shine gloss. And I love it over Myrrh. So, there we have it. That's the look you've all requested. This is what I've been doing on the daily. It's a gorgeous winter look. It's a glowy, glam, elegant, beautiful. I love it. Let me know if you want to create this look, and if you have found shadows that are similar and you have recreated it, because I'd love to know. And I shall chat to you soon.